Salem. It's Oregon's capital city, and it's also, well, actually, that's about all a lot of people who live in Portland know about it. But don't sleep on Salem. Today, we're going to make a day of it and visit 10 of the hottest spots in Oregon's second biggest city. It's a lot to see all in one go, so first things first, a hearty breakfast. We are at our first stop here in Salem, Dough Hook Donuts. Now there's a lot of really good donut shops in Portland, obviously, but you know what, Salem's got a lot of great donut shops too, and we're gonna check out what they have here at Dough Hook. All right, we got a couple of donuts. They had so many good options, but I had to settle on just two. We got a Marionberry with a lemon drizzle and something called Grandma's Hot Cocoa. So let's check them out. Oh, look at that glaze. Grandma's Hot Cocoa, I love this. This is like something I'd see at Blue Star, that nice different kind of Marionberry glaze. And this is like, I don't know, looks like a classic donut to me. That's good. This is what it tastes like. Grandma's Hot Cocoa. Well, I am fortified and full of donuts, and I am ready to go to our second stop of the day. We're gonna head to downtown Salem and check out Riverfront City Park. Riverfront Park fills 26 acres along the Willamette River to the west of downtown Salem. It was built as part of an urban renewal project, reclaiming land that had once been home to industrial sites like mills, a coal gasification plant, and a junkyard. The city of Salem is still adding new features to the park, which is now home to a carousel, an amphitheater, and extensive green space.
So one of the things I love about this park is this great bike path. It runs all the way from the start of the park to this end here at this beautiful bridge. I love just the design of this bridge, the modern look of it, crossing over the Willamette River, this great giant globe over here, which is super cool. If I lived here personally, I would be biking here all the time. Once you get to the bridge, you can bike across and head into Minto Island Park, where there's more bike paths for miles along the Willamette River. So we've had a great time here at the park, and we're going to head to our third stop here in Salem, Oregon State Capitol. So here we are at stop number 3, the Oregon State Capitol. And I feel like this is one of those places that Oregonians just kind of overlook as a spot to visit. But I mean, it's our state capitol, and it's also a really cool park to come check out. So we have the beautiful building behind us, which is actually our third state capitol building. The first two burned down mysteriously in fires, so in 1938, they built this one. And they capped it with the famous bronze statue of the Oregon pioneer holding his famous axe. Now in the springtime, the cherry trees here are blossoming beautifully, and a lot of people like to come for that. Right now, we're kind of post-bloom. It's still a nice, beautiful sea of green here in the park. It's still a really nice spot to come and hang out, spend some time here in the sun. So now we're headed to our fourth spot in Salem, the Oregon State Hospital. And you might be thinking that's kind of a weird spot to go hang out, but there's actually a lot of really cool stuff there to check out. So we're gonna check it out right now.
The Oregon State Hospital is one of the oldest continuously operated hospitals on the West Coast. It opened in 1883 as a psychiatric hospital, and its original building is now home to the Museum of Mental Health.
Movie fans might recognize the building behind me as one of the main shooting locations in the 1975 movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It won some Academy Awards and brought some eyeballs to Salem, Oregon.
In 2005, it was discovered that for years, unclaimed ashes of patients who died had been stored unceremoniously in a basement. Eventually, efforts were made to release the remains to family members, and a memorial was constructed on the hospital's campus.
The energy here is definitely a lot heavier, and it's a much more somber attraction. But when you're looking around at the different things to do and see and experience in Salem, this feels like an important place that you have to see.
After a pause to pay our respects, it was time to move on to something a little bit lighter: lunch.
All right, I got the menus. We are here at Noble Wave in downtown Salem. They do chicken, they do crab, they do sandwiches, salads, all kinds of stuff. So I think I'm gonna need to take a minute to sort through this and figure out what I want. Beignet, fried chicken sliders, I've heard of these. Your burger, your avocado club, your hot bird, very popular right now, of course.
This is the hot bird here, house cut fries, the doink sauce, and then we got the beignet chicken sliders.
I love this.
A little savory, a little sweet, yes.
Exactly. Pretty mighty lunch. I'm not sure if I can eat it all, but we'll see what we can do. Oh my God. I hate how much I like this. You get the sweet, the beignets, and you get that nice savory and the fried chicken. It's falling apart in my hands, but gosh, it is good. Okay, I've had my fill of beignet sliders. I think it's time to get after this hot bird sandwich. It's so much chicken. Nice piece of fried chicken, some really nice hot sauce in there. I like it. Okay, the food at Noble Wave was amazing. The fried chicken, the beignets, the sweet, the spicy, it was so good. My stomach is full and I am covered in powdered sugar right now. So I think it's time we walk off some of these calories. So we're headed to our next stop here in Salem at Bush's Pasture Park. And this is a huge 90.5 acre park and there's so much to do here. There's walking paths and playgrounds, athletic fields, but my favorite spot is right here at the Bush House, a historic house and museum that is surrounded by these beautiful gardens. It's the third time I've been here this spring and there's always something different to see. So this is a great spot to walk off that big lunch we had. There's so much to see and explore, like this rhododendron cave. I just want to like hide in here, you know? Build a fort. Oh, if you look at these, you can tell how old this is, how old and gnarled these branches are. You see rhododendrons like bushes in front of people's houses or up on Mount Hood, other places, but you can really get a sense of how old and big these trees and I guess they're a shrub can get.
The park is full of a wide variety of trees and flowers, many with identifying plaques that include QR codes you can scan with your phone for more information. It's also home to plenty of bees.
Oh, there's a bee. Sorry, bee. Okay, well, we've walked off some calories and seen some beautiful flowers, so we're off to our next destination, number 7, Deepwood Museum and Gardens.
Deepwood is practically next door, but unfortunately there's no straightforward way to walk there from Bush's Pasture Park. So a quick trip in the car whisks us to more flowers and foliage.
So Deepwood Museum and Gardens is a historic house, and while the house is currently closed right now due to the pandemic, the gardens all around it are a public park, which means it's open dawn to dusk every single day. And there are so many beautiful flowers here right now. I mean, there's oranges and pinks and blues and reds and whites. We're just in this sort of fantasia of color here all around us. It's a really beautiful spot to come, hang out, check out. And it's also a really popular event venue too. So if you're getting married, hey, come do it at Deepwood. So we are about 2/3 done with our trip today. We've seen a lot. We've been through parks, we've eaten donuts, we've eaten chicken on donuts. We have seen so many beautiful flowers and made friends with a bunch of bees. So next we are going to head to wine country for our 8th stop at Hawk Winery in the Eola Amity Hills. So we are here on our 8th stop in Salem. We came up to the Eola Amity Hills region of the Willamette Valley wine country. And we decided to come to Hawk Winery. And they do a lot of really good wines here. I love a nice glass of Pinot Gris in a day like today. I decided to go with a glass of their Mourvedre, which is a really delicious red wine, some bright flavors, really tasty. And that's good. There's like some black pepper on the nose, but it's so bright and juicy at the same time. Kind of like plum, you can kind of taste that earthy, volcanic soil to it. It's kind of nicely balanced that way, where it's really bright, but also really grounded at the same time. And it's so nice to have a good glass of wine during this beautiful day. Looking over this beautiful vineyard, you can just see some mountain views here popping over the hills, Cascade Peaks, that you can see from this vineyard. Well, we have had a nice, relaxing afternoon up here at the winery. Some great views, beautiful weather. But we're gonna hit the road and head on to our 9th spot in Salem, Minto Brown Island Park.
Minto Brown Island Park is the biggest park in Salem, with 1,200 acres of forest and open meadows beside the Willamette River. It features 29 miles of trails, a huge off-leash dog park, and it connects back to Riverfront Park, where we made our second stop, via that beautiful bridge.
All right, we are at our 9th spot here in Salem, Minto Brown Island Park. This is a super great spot to come do some kayaking, do some fishing, do some swimming if you're interested in it, or just hang out and walk the trails. I know we have enjoyed this day so much exploring all these places around Salem, great gardens and parks, places to eat, really good wine to drink, but it's time for us to head to our 10th and final spot. And you know what? I think after this day of exploring, we've earned ourselves a treat. Ooh, all right, we are here at our 10th spot today. We've come to Don Vigote. This is a churro and ice cream food cart here on the side of the road in Salem. It is one of the best dessert spots in town. So let's go and get something to eat. Feast your eyes on that. This is a churro, kind of like a ribbon of churro, inside of vanilla ice cream, a chocolate shell, and it looks like some broken up nuts on top of that, and hey, fruity pebbles in the churro, why not? The warm churro plus the cold ice cream here is so good, so good. This is one of my favorite dessert spots in Salem, and I gotta tell you, I can't wait to sink my teeth into this. So I'm just gonna bite into it. It's just so good. I love when a dessert place goes above and beyond and does something that's not just good on the mouth, that tastes good, but something that is visually appealing as well. I mean, just looking at this, it's a feast for the eyes. All right, that's it. We did it. That is our 10th and final spot. It's about 5 p.m., so we've done 9 to 5, 10 spots in Salem. Beautiful spring day. I had an absolutely great time out here today. And you know what? I mean, we've said it before, I feel like a lot of people, especially those of us in Portland, we kind of overlook Salem. We think there's not a whole lot to do here. But look, we went to these 10 great spots and that just barely scratched the surface. There's so much to do in Salem aside from this, and we're gonna have a lot more about this. If you wanna see more about what to do in Salem, check out OregonLive.com/travel for all the travel tips here.